Hey everybody, welcome back to a great old time here at the Matt Muddy headquarters here in Trinidad Tobago. Some of you guys have been having problems, and what you might have actually seen is that your dividend payouts in your portfolio tracker may not be working. So let me give a quick example of that. You're kind of seeing this NA kind of come up. So I found a workaround, and there's really two formulas. So what it basically was is Finviz is either utilize the old sort of formula or kind of URL that you might have been using in the past for some stocks like Apple here, or they've kind of added a little bit of a little tail to the URL. So normally it's just like this normal ticker here where you'd be able to pull it and whatnot, but then there's actually sometimes where now you have to add in this little tail, which you're kind of seeing in this formula right now. So what I'm basically going to show you is also a workaround. So it's not perfect at the moment, so hopefully it just can get you to the place where it works again. And what I'm also going to do is put the two different formulas here in the dividend payout little section here of the dividend tracker notes, and hopefully in the next week or two we figure it out even further. But right now this will get your tracker back up and running like normal, and I'll have to do the same for earnings date. But I think dividend payout obviously is why the majority of you guys are here, and so we'll just do that a quick second. So one way to kind of look at this is to do the following, right? So you're going to have to sort of input immediately like one of these sort of symbols here, and let's just say that you can't get this one working right now. What it could be is the fact that, let's just say you need this little tail in this equation. So what you can do is copy this bad boy, copy the whole, not the box, but the formula itself, and copy it to the cell that's not working. And what it will do is it'll be pulling the wrong information, right? So for this one, we want it to be pulling for Southern Company, but because we copied the actual formula itself, it's actually pulling it for Wells Fargo. Now what we can do is once we do that for, say, all that particular boxes, what you'll see is then you can click and drag, bring it over, and the formula will then work and go towards Southern Company. Now what you'll notice is if I try to do the same for British American Tobacco, it could also have a problem, or it can click and drag and actually work again. So it really depends on if it works. This time it worked, but the other time what I had to do is, I'll kind of show you, is I had to do the following, right? Copy the formula for, say, Southern Company or Wells Fargo. Now that I have those working, and I kind of went in and did all these formulas. And like I said, hopefully this is just a temporary workaround for you guys. It's not full time. And then what you did now that you kind of had it for, say, all these, is now you can kind of click and drag, and that way it's pulling from the appropriate ticker, and it was working for me. So what you can do another time is, what I was actually noticing originally when I opened up the spreadsheet was all these were displaying as NA. And I think all you really have to do is do the following. So sometimes these tables here in this formula switch from 9 to 11, and that's fine. There's two kind of areas where you have to change the table. And so what you'll see is it'll try to pull the information. It'll have a reference area, just like it kind of showed the NA before. And all you'd have to do is kind of just say, okay, go back to table number 9. And hopefully it'll load, and instead of pulling an NA this time, it'll actually pull the dividend. And then you can kind of do that sort of replication that I showed you in the past. And so just keep in mind that there's might be some that have that little tail in it, and then there might be some that don't have that little tail in it. So just kind of keep that in mind, and you might have to use that two different formulas here. Like you'll see I just tried to use that formula for Apple, but of course it did not work. But if I use it for the other one, you see that it pulls the 51 cent for Microsoft here. So I'll leave both of these in here at the moment for you guys. Appreciate your guys' patience. I know there's 750 of you guys that are now using the tracker, and I appreciate your business. I appreciate you guys continuing to add different things that you want into the portfolio tracker. Please keep us updated with what you want, and hopefully this is a temporary workaround and we can figure out a way. And I know that it's kind of happened once or twice over the past 3 months or so. That's because old NASDAQ is changing, and I think what it is you have so many people now using these Google Sheets and trackers that it bogs down some of those other websites. And I think what ends up happening is they now have to pay for a little bit more storage space. And so I think what they try to do is shrug some people off sometimes. But I'm not sure if this is specifically a Google Finance problem or Google spreadsheet problem, or if this is a Finviz problem. But regardless, they did change the URL a little bit, and so sometimes you just need to keep things up to date. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If not, just reach out to me or Kyle and we'll be able to figure it out with you guys. And I'm going to upload this video and have Kyle hopefully send it out to you guys. So within the next couple days, you can hopefully look out for the updates. So anyway, guys, look out for 1.0534, and we will see you on the next one. Love you guys. Cheers.